Hi guys, my name is Olga and I work here at Karl Chevrolet. I'm a sales and product specialist here. Today we're gonna go over a 2020 Malibu, and I believe this one is an LT, okay? There's a few cool things about it that we're gonna go over today. Follow me? So right here, we guys do have keyless entry, okay? As long as you have a key fob with you, you can press once, as you just heard, all the doors locked. Press twice, all the doors unlocked, okay? If we go down this way, here is your trunk area. Your backup camera is gonna be right here, and your backup sensors will be right there, okay? There's a button right here to open up the hatch, trunk, just like that. Or you have another way, and that will be with your key fob. So if you press this twice, boom, it unlocks it, pops it open. If you guys look right in here, okay, there's a little handles right there. So you pull them up, and here's your spare tire. And a big old trunk to put lots of stuff in here. These right there will actually release your back seat. So if you pull on it, it releases, go down, and push them down. Your gas tank is actually gonna be on the passenger side. Really easy to do. Press, it pops it open, and you have a capless fuel system. So what that does, it actually makes it a lot easier for you to do the gas. So all you gotta do is put this in, your gas. If I open this up, there is a second door in there. So you need to make sure you put the nozzle all the way in. Otherwise, you guys gonna have some gas coming at you. Another way, I absolutely love this way, is mainly because in the wintertime, it's a lot easier to put gas in. You don't have to mess with the gas cap. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys how to do remote start. You do have a key fob right here. You got your lock, unlock. This one's what's gonna start your car. This one's gonna be your trunk and a panic button. So to do the remote start, you press lock once, press and hold the little half circle until you see your lights come on. Whether you do the tail lights or your little lights right there. So that's how you turn it on, and you can also shut it off this way. So if I press and hold this button again, it shuts off. And it will run 10 minutes at a time, and you can do it twice. So it will run for 20 minutes, otherwise you'll have to hop in the vehicle if you need it to run longer. Start it, shut it off, and you can do it 2 more times. All right, so follow me. Driver's door right here. So you guys have your lock and unlock right here, okay? You got your left mirror, right mirror. You do have to turn them on, and you have a little light that comes on to let you know which side you're on. And the circle, that's how you adjust them. You got your window lock right there. So if you push that on and the light is on, it will lock your back windows. For child safety, if you have a puppy in the back seat or something like that, you got your front windows, you got your back windows. That's about it on the door. Right in here, if we keep moving on, this one's gonna do your interior dash lights. So you kind of pop it out and you dimmer or put them full bright. And you'll know how far they go by this little light. Kind of push it in for convenience. You got your automatic lights right here, so you don't have to mess with them whatsoever. They will come on when they need to, they will shut off what they need to, all by themselves. But you can turn them if you needed to turn them to something else. Okay? Seat is actually all automatic in here. So you guys can go forward, backwards, go up, down. This one will move your back. And this one's kind of fun, your lumbar support, if you have a bad back. So you do have a heated steering wheel right there. So all you're gonna do is turn it on, and the little light comes on right there, and it warms up really quickly. I absolutely love that option. Your next button right there is gonna be your lane change alert, okay? So if you turn that on, as you drive, and let's say you accidentally swerve or you weren't paying attention and you were switching lanes without using your turn signal, this is gonna let you know that you're doing something that you're not supposed to do, okay? It's very easy to turn it off and off. Just push the button on both of them. Right here, you guys gonna have your cruise control. So that's gonna be on. So if I turn that on, you're gonna have a little circle right there that's gonna pop up and lights up, okay? To set the cruise, you press down. To resume, you press up or speed down, speed up. Cancel is gonna be right there, or shut it off. However, once you set your guys' cruise, this little circle gonna become green instead of white, okay? This vehicle also comes with front end collision, which is actually kind of fun, and it's a safety issue, so if you have kids, things like that, they can be careful of driving. So if you press this button, you'll have collision alert that will pop up on here. So you have 1, 2, 3, and then you go back to completely back to 3, okay? So what that's gonna do as you're driving, and if you're not paying attention, if somebody slams on their brakes, what that's gonna do, it's gonna beep at you, and right in here is this little 3 sensors that will pop up. It's gonna be bright red, that's gonna ding at you to let you know, hey, there's something happening in front of you, pay attention, okay? If we move to this side of the steering wheel, you'll have your Bluetooth command button right here, and then obviously to cancel a phone call or shut your volume down will be through here too. These little buttons gonna go through your trips and vehicle information, okay? So right now we're sitting on the trip. So if I start scrolling through, it's gonna give us your trips. So if I press and hold this little check mark right there, right in the middle, it's gonna clear everything. Trip 2, clear. And then you'll have your fuel information, average vehicle speed, timer, and then we'll go back to the beginning. If I move over to the side, it's gonna give us the vehicle information. So that would be like tire pressures, following distance that you can set between the cars when you do the cruise control, battery voltage, cooling temperature, different units if you needed to, speed warning, and oil life, okay? And then you'll go back to the trips. Also right here, you'll have your, this is how you know if you're in park, drive. Right now it's showing us that the driver's door is open, and this is direction, so we're heading west. On this side, you actually have automatic high beams, okay? So if I turn it on, this little green light will show up on here. So what that's gonna do for you guys, if you drive down the road and there's no traffic around you whatsoever, okay? Let's say you're driving on a gravel road, the high beams will automatically kick on, okay? So it's gonna brighten up the road for you. If it senses a set of taillights or headlights, it will automatically shut off all by itself, and you guys don't have to mess with it. Set it and forget it, as I always say, okay? And this, oh, and also this is how you do your turn signals, okay? But you can also do the high beam old school way by pushing that on or off. This is gonna be your wiper blades, and this is the speed, so you can actually adjust the speed differently, okay? Windshield wiper fluid, there's a little arrow right there, so you do have to put the stick towards you for the windshield washer fluid to come out, okay? So if you ever forget it, there's a little arrow to remind you, okay? On the back of the steering wheel, okay, there's a couple of buttons on here, up and down. This one is gonna do your radio presets. So if I move that up and down, it's gonna switch, okay? And on this side, you're gonna have your volume. So we'll actually go up and down for volume. So you guys don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel. Everything is in control right there, all right? You do have to put your foot on the brake and then press and hold the engine button right there, and it actually starts it pretty quickly, okay? Now that we're inside the vehicle, I know I showed you some buttons on the back how to control things, but let's set everything up on your screen right here, all right? The home button will always take you to your home screen, which is gonna look like this, okay? Audio's gonna be there. I absolutely love the updates that they did with these models, because now it's a lot easier to set the radio stations, okay? So let's go to FM, for example. You got a couple of different ways of doing this. You can go to tune, pick a station, like 107.5, for example. Hit the star, it's saved, okay? Right in here. Another way to do it, if you hit browse, see all the radio stations right there? All you gotta do is pick the stars. And if we go back, they're all gonna be right here, and you have lots of room and a whole bunch of different radio stations you can save, okay? Same thing with XM radio. Hit browse, pick the stations. And if you don't like the station, or if you don't want XM radio down the road, this is how easy to take them off. Pretty fun. Next button we're gonna go over is your phone. Okay, I'm gonna show you a couple of different phones, how to pair an Android phone and an Apple phone. Okay, so I'm gonna grab an Apple phone. Okay, so you gotta have it open up. You gotta go to settings, go to Bluetooth, make sure the Bluetooth is on, go to add. It's gonna come up with My Chevrolet on here. Sometimes it takes a few minutes. There it goes. Click My Chevrolet. Make sure the numbers match, okay? Hit pair, hit allow on your phone. What that's gonna do, it's gonna allow all the contacts to transfer over, okay? So everything's in here now. You can also change it up. I know we all have different phones and sometimes we don't name them, but if you go into this pencil right there, you can actually pick if you want to be a secondary phone or the first phone to connect. Most people like to be the first ones, okay? But if I go into the phone name, I can actually delete it and put my name in there. Hit save. There you go. And now it's transferred over. So if you have more than one iPhone in there, you can change them, name them, so that way you know which phone's yours. But if you go back in here, you'll have your favorites, you'll have your keypad, recent, and let's say Haley was one of my favorite people to talk to, I can click right in here, go to my favorites, and there she is. You also have your contact information. And because we do have Bluetooth capability, it's very easy to use. You just press and hold this until you hear a beep. And then you can say call so-and-so, and it will call whoever you need to. And then to cancel, press that. Pretty easy to use, and you don't ever have to have your phone with you. You can put it in here, set it and forget it. Now I'm going to show you how to do an Android phone pair up, okay? Guys, now I'm going to show you how to do an Android phone, okay? So I'm going to scroll down right there where it says Bluetooth. I'm going to press and hold. It's going to come up with connected devices. So I'm going to go to phone. I'm going to go to phone. I'm going to hit add. And I'm going to hit pair a device. And it's going to come up with My Chevrolet in here. There it goes. Click on that. It's going to give us some numbers to match. We'll make sure that it's the same. Oh, there goes pair. And there it goes. So like for example, now we have two phones paired up, okay? So this will actually allow you to have two people connected at the same time. It's just your first person that's going to be connected will have outgoing and incoming phone calls. The second person can only do incoming phone calls, okay? So you can actually have two phones paired up at the same time and use it, all right? And you can do the same thing, deleting it and everything else through there. Pretty easy to use. The next button we're going to go over would be your Wi-Fi. This vehicle actually comes with 3 gigabytes of Wi-Fi that goes through OnStar, okay? And we'll go over that a little bit later. But you can actually name your Wi-Fi, okay? You can go through here, delete everything, name whatever you want it to be. You can go back, go to password, come up with a different password, and you can change the username and password every single time. It doesn't have to be the same all the time, okay? The next button we're gonna go over is settings. Time and date. I normally like to make sure that everything's set on auto, so it will automatically update for you guys. So if you're traveling to different time zones, it will automatically update. If there's a daylight savings time, it will automatically update. It just goes off your phone, okay? Language will be here, so you can change it to Spanish or French if you wanted to. Phones will be here, so this is how you pair up different phones or choose different phones if you guys wanted to. Wi-Fi network is going to be here, and you can actually choose use other networks around you. You just gotta know their password. So no matter where I go, it's going to ask me to put a password in. So let's say if I go to Starbucks, and want to sit in my vehicle and work for a couple hours, I can connect to their Wi-Fi in your car. So you don't have to use your phone's Wi-Fi. Apps. This is kind of fun to have, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to do a couple of different ways. I can show you how to do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. That's what most of us use nowadays, because with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can do text messages, you can do navigation, you can do anything and everything without touching a single button, okay? And the first thing I'm gonna show you how to do is Apple CarPlay, okay? So you do have to have a cord for this, okay? You do have several different USB ports right there. So you take your cord and you plug it in. There it goes. And then I'm going to take my iPhone. I'll plug it in. You got to make sure that your screen is opened, okay? And then you hit more, continue. And you won't have to do this every single time. Once your phone's paired up to it, you won't have to do it all the time. Then just hit allow, go home. See how that turned green? Hit it, and there it is. So everything transferred over. So I can go, hey Siri. Call Haley.
Calling Haley.
Just like that, but we don't really want to talk to her right now, so just an example of how to do things. You can do text messages the same way. You can do navigation the same way. And different phones will have different apps that will kind of transfer over, okay? And with this, you don't have to press any buttons. All you gotta do, plug, put away, and talk your little heart out, all right? So that's one of my favorite features on this vehicle, okay? Now I'm gonna show you how to do an Android phone, okay? So we'll go back home, we'll unplug my phone. And an Android phone still has to be connected, okay? You plug it in. Another thing with an Android phone, you do have to download the app, and it's called Android Auto, just like it says right there. So go to your Play Store, type in Android Auto, download it, and then click more, continue. And it pops up on there. So you click continue, continue. See how it turned blue and white? Click on it, and there it is. It's gonna look exactly, it's gonna look a little different than an iPhone, obviously, but it will do the same thing. You can say, hey Google, it will respond. You can say, call so-and-so, text message that person, this person. You can do navigation the same way. Everything will be through here. So let's say if we want to go to Karl Chevrolet,
Head southwest towards Southeast Delaware Avenue.
just like that. Pretty easy to do. Okay. Same thing, lots of different apps in here. Settings, weather reports, Pandora. So plug in and play. Enjoy it. Okay, now that you guys know how to do Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I'm gonna go over back to settings and go over a couple of things in there, okay? You can also change your audio from here, change your tone settings, auto volume, manage your favorites from that screen, okay? But let's go to vehicle, all right? Let's say rear seat reminder, okay? Most people leave it on. Let's say if you have a baby or groceries in the back seat, what that's gonna do, you shut the vehicle off, and it's gonna ding at you and remind you on this little screen, don't forget whoever's in the back seat, whether it's a baby, groceries, or puppies. It doesn't go by the weight, it just goes by the doors, okay? You got climate and air quality, so this is where you would make sure when you do remote start, your auto fan comes on, your auto defroster, rear defrosters will automatically kick on for you, so you guys don't have to mess around with it all the time. Collision. So because you guys do have forward collision alert, okay, you can go in here and you have a couple of different options. You can shut it off, you can do alert, so it just beeps at you to let you know that you're getting close to another vehicle, or you can do alert and brake, which most people keep it on because this vehicle will slow you down, okay? And if you ever forget what any of it means, if you just click on it, it will give you a little description right next to it, okay? Front pedestrian. set up as alert and brake. And it will let you know that if somebody's about to step off of a curb, there's a little person that's going to show up on your little dash to let you know, pay attention, something's happening in front of you. Lane change alert. So you have the lane change alert, this one, which was going to monitor if you're swerving or if you're switching lanes without turn signals. But this one is actually in your mirrors, okay? So you see the little star in the car? So that's more of a blind spot alert on there, okay? So what that's gonna do, you want me to roll down the window?
I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
So what that's gonna do is anytime you're trying to switch lanes and that little light turns orange, that means that there's somebody behind you that getting close and passing you. So that way you don't possibly hit them. All right, you also have your rear camera park assist symbol. Let's turn that on, okay? And so what that's gonna do, anytime you're backing up, which I'm gonna do it now, I gotta put my foot on the brake, put it in reverse, and you got your camera, and there's the little triangle that's gonna beep at you really, really loudly when you're backing up and you're getting a little too close to hit a car or a trash can, whatever it might be. We also have your rear cross traffic alert, which is one of my favorite features. So let's say you guys sitting in a parking spot and you can't see if anybody is behind you, okay? The minute you put it to reverse, it's gonna let you know if somebody's coming from the right side, somebody's coming from the left side. So it's gonna be a little red triangle with arrows going out to let you know which side, either a person or a car coming. Obviously, if they're both blinking at you, that means that there's somebody directly behind you, okay? Next is gonna be comfort and convenience. It's just the chime volume. I can make it more annoying, but I cannot shut it off, unfortunately. Lights. Vehicle locator lights are on, so anytime you lock and unlock the vehicle, they will constantly flash at you. Exit lights, you can customize it to your liking. Most people prefer at 30 seconds. Power door locks. Auto door unlock set for all doors, so when you use your key fob, if you press it once, it will do the driver's door. Press it twice, it will do all the doors, okay? Delayed door locks, I'm not a big fan of it, but there are some people that do like it. So what that's gonna do, if I turn it on and I walk away from the vehicle, I hit lock, it's gonna lock all the doors, but not right away. So you walk away from the vehicle, a minute and a half later is when the vehicle actually gonna lock. But most of us like to have our own control. Remote unlock, okay? So you have your key fob portions on key fob options on here. So you got remote unlock feedback, okay? So you have flashing of the lights. You got your remote lock, lights and horn. But you can't change it to just lights or just horn, according to what you guys want. Remote door unlock. Most of us like to keep it on all doors, so that way if you press it once, it'll do driver's door, press it twice, it'll do all the doors. If you do like traveling somewhere, you can do just the driver's door, so that way nobody else can get in and you can let them in yourself if you need to. Heated seats. This vehicle does have heated seats right here, okay? To turn them on, you just press them like this. To shut them off, you got your high, medium, low, off, okay? You have an option whether you want to do it just in the driver's seat or passenger and the driver's seat, okay? And if you turn this option on, then when you do remote start in the winter time, it will actually turn on both of your seats and your heated steering wheel automatically in the winter time, okay? It does not turn on in the summertime. It goes up the temperature outside. Passive door unlock. So that's gonna be the little chrome buttons that we talked about earlier, okay? So if you put it on all doors, that means you can open it from the driver's side or the passenger side, okay? If you just leave it on the driver's door, you cannot open the doors from outside, just on the driver's door. Passive door lock. Most people keep that option off. However, if you're one of those forgetful people and like to, forget to lock your vehicles. You can do on with a horn chirp. What that's gonna do, you walk away from the vehicle, it will automatically lock it for you, and it will make a chirp sound for you to let you know that the vehicle's locked, okay? If you don't like the chirp, you can do it without the chirp, but most people like to hear when their vehicle's locked. And you also have remote left in the vehicle alert, okay? It's on right now. We sometimes forget our key fobs in the vehicle. So if you leave a key fob in here, walk away, it's gonna honk at you once to let you know you forgot your key fob inside. You can't shut that off if you want that option, all right? And with this vehicle, you guys do have Teen Driver, okay? We do have books right in here, and they will let you know all of that information on how to set it up. But some of the features that will offer is, let's say you don't want your kids to be driving past 75 miles, okay? You give them the speed limit and they drive past 75. It will alert you to let you know that there are certain things happening to the vehicle. You'll know how fast they're going, how fast braking system. You can pretty much control. It gives you little weekly reports on how your kids drive. Valet mode. So let's say if you go into the casino, for example, and you need to do valet parking. So you can go in here, put a code in, and it can be a different code every single time. Hit enter, and then if I confirm it again, lock it. What that does, it will actually lock the whole system. So I can't play with the radio buttons, I cannot play with these buttons on the steering wheel much, or I cannot drive the vehicle past 25 miles an hour. So that kind of prevents it. If somebody does steal your vehicle, they cannot go past 25 miles an hour. It's a lot easier to catch them when they go 25 than 125, right? All right. So to unlock it, you go 1, 1, 1, 1, hit unlock, and we're back in order. All right? That's it.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to this little section below, okay? Home button we talked about earlier. It will take your screen to this home screen every single time. So if you ever get lost anywhere, just remember home. And it will also split your screen. So you will have your music and the phones connected right there at the same time, okay? And you also have little buttons right there that I forgot to mention to you guys. So phone will be right here. Turn by turn navigation with OnStar, music, or back to going home. This is gonna seek your radio station. So if we go back to audio and click on that, it will seek all of your stations through here. Back button will always take you to the last screen that you were at, okay? Power button right there. If you press it once, it will auto mute your volume. Press and hold, it will actually shut off the whole screen for you, okay? Press it once and it will come back on. And there's your radio. These couple of buttons right there, this one's obviously going to be your hazard light. So if you turn them on, it will show on there flashing for you, okay? This one's going to be auto stop. So this vehicle is equipped with auto stop, which means that anytime you come to a stoplight, what this is going to do, it's going to shut the engine off, okay? It's supposed to help the environment and your fuel efficiency. So you can actually shut that option off, okay? So if you shut it off, it's gonna tell you right there, auto stop off, okay? And what that pretty much means that the vehicle will not stop at red lights or stop signs, okay? Below right there, you actually have dual controls, which is awesome. So to change the temperature, all you're gonna do is just dial, change the dial, warm or cool. Now, the passenger, let's say, right now it's at low. Let's say I have a friend of mine sitting there and she is too cold and she want to change it. So all she's got to do is turn the knob and it will unsync them, okay? But I can be like, no, it's my car, my rules, and I can change it back. You also have your heated seats right there that we talked about earlier and how to use them. Just turn it on, medium, low, off. You got your front max windshield, rear windshield. And this is how you change all of your settings for the air. you can actually have all three of these on at the same time now, okay? Your fan's gonna be right here, up, and it will show you on the screen every single time where everything is set up, okay? This is obviously gonna be your inside the cabin air, or you can completely shut the power off. On here, you're gonna have a couple of buttons on here. So this one's gonna be your park assist, okay? So if you don't want that little triangle screaming at you, you can shut it off right there, okay? And the next one's gonna be your traction control. Majority of the time it's on. If you do shut it off, it will show up on here to let you know that the traction control is off. And then turn it back on. Shifter's obviously gonna be right here. You do have an option to do manual driving, okay? So all you gotta do is put your foot on the brake, put it in the low gear, which is the L, and then go up and down for gear shift, okay? And then you go drive, neutral, park, reverse, all through here. Hi guys, we got one more feature to go over, okay? And that's on top right here, all right? We got some lights going on. So this right there will actually turn all the lights on and shut them off. This is a little different, okay? So if I open up the door right now, the lights will come on. But if I shut it off and the door is open, the lights will not come on, okay? So most people like to have it on. We have a few buttons over here also. So we have, remember when we talked about the Wi-Fi inside the vehicle. So if you ever forget what your password is or what you named it, and you forget the fact that you can look it up on your screen, you can push this button right there and say Wi-Fi settings, and we'll pull it up on your screen so you'll know what it is. The next button is going to be OnStar button. With a purchase of a new vehicle, you will receive 1 month of OnStar for free. All of the safety and security options, the app, whole bunch of little fun things. But once you do the delivery and we will push this button, OnStar will go over some of the different features that they offer. The next button is going to be is SOS. God forbid you guys driving somewhere and you see a car accident and you need to call for help. You can push this button right there and it will call OnStar's emergency and they will send whatever help you need. This right here is to let you know that right now we have a passenger in our passenger seat. Once that person leaves, this will actually shut off. It will not light up unless the next person sits in it. All right, that's about it. Hi guys, thank you so much for watching my virtual delivery on this awesome 2020 Malibu. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call here at Karl Chevrolet. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a call if you need anything. Enjoy your new ride.